So I just read that during Donald Trump's presidency, he proposed building a border wall, which would have costed $5 billion. The media covered it by saying it was a waste of taxpayer dollars. They also made it seem like it was impossible to build. But today, I'm figuring out that the United States is paying $531 billion a year to house and care for illegal immigrants crossing the border. Just something to think about. But what do you think?
Now, when I first came across this clip, I was just sitting back like, wow. Because, at the time that Trump was initially proposing it, I was a Trump hater. I had TDS. I suffered from it severely. So I was totally against it. And I remember going, you want to build a wall, man? Come on, dog. What? $5 billion? You want to waste our money like that? To now, we speed up to where we are now. And I'm watching billions being poured into these illegal migrants. That's, quadrupled that number. It's amazing. But yeah, and then you shift to the part where you realize that it's never about money, and it was always about importing more new Democrat voters, right? New Democrat voting bloc, rather, shall I say. So to try to get people to, fill this new void that is obviously hurting them, this great awakening, people jumping off of the Democrat plantation. Of course, they're going to have to develop a strategy to get, that's why they're trying to get illegals to be able to vote with no ID and none of that. ID, but they're trying to rush the process to go ahead and make them citizens. I'm sorry, I spoke a little too quick, but y'all see, man, more people are waking up every day and not listening to the media and these stars, and they doing their own research. So yeah, man, you got to get, and especially with AI, bro, you can literally ask AI anything. You can probably use Twitter though. Go to Grok instead of GPT or any of these other. Use them to help you do your research as well. Like, bro, it's you have information in your hand and access to get to it. Anyhow, you have Joy Reid. They have a thing against black conservative men, black men who support Trump, and for whatever reason they try to make it seem like it's a racial issue. Black men, y'all not supporting Kamala, you're on the wrong side of history, and yada yada, you don't like yourself, you gotta really take a good look in the mirror, all that divisive BS. But it's y'all not about to guilt trip me into voting for somebody that don't even know who she is.
And as a black man, why should we fear the rise of a black woman? Any black man that has an issue with a black woman rising, then they have to look at their own inadequacy. What would make you so fearful of someone who was so beloved of you, who was so beloved to you, like your mother and your grandmother and your aunts and your sisters, that you cannot be proud and embolden yourself when you see someone from your community rise up? And I say to those black men who have an issue politically, you have every right to say, what have you done for me? And I'll give you the laundry list. The community banking system and legislation from the 90s, the $2 billion that the Biden-Harris administration just gave to black farmers. The empowerment zones that Mr. Trump talks about all the time came from Barack Obama. And what he did and all of his buddies, they just got them and just used them as tax write-offs instead of actually doing something in the community. So when you go to those black neighborhoods and you see those boarded up windows, that's just a tax shell for some billionaire while they don't bring any businesses to the community. But it's because of the empowerment zones that the Democrats have created for black entrepreneurs, for the community benefit development legislation that allows banks to give and invest in our communities, to give you an opportunity. The money given to HBCUs, the student debt relief, all of that. If that's not enough for you to vote for this campaign, why don't you go to the other and hold up a sign behind him at a rally and tap dance? That's what they want from you.
Said succinctly and with passion, the great Wendell Pierce. Thank you so much for taking some time with us.
There's blood on that ballot box. Remember those who died in the rivers of Alabama and Mississippi? There's blood on that ballot box. To them, do the honor and vote.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, manipulation. You trying? Nah, it ain't gonna work, dog. You ain't gonna guilt trip me, bro. I don't look at her like a auntie. I never got the, mom vibe. I never got none of these vibes that you're talking about. What did he say? Wife, sister, aunt, daughter. Like, I don't see none of that in VP Harris. I don't think she sees it either. It's just for me, bro. Just common sense for me. Like, not my opinion. Somebody goes and says that she's Indian American, and then she runs for the president, by accident, right? Quote unquote. And she's now black. Like, come on, dog. Is that not manipulation? She's in here, there's a black woman, all the men out here, It's like, yo, y'all turning some of my favorite actors brainless. Come on, let's read a few comments. Disappointing. I like this actor, still do, for sure. Same here. It's just coming extremely clear that Hollywood is definitely some of the, I'll say, runnest. It rhymes with that, people on the planet. He can't. Somebody says. They said this woman is married to a white person. She don't care about you. That's crazy. The Democrats and Hollywood folks don't get it. They continue to push this agenda, and it's not godly, but they twist the word of God, which is sad. Yeah, we're starting to see that happen more and more and more. People, they creating a brand new testament, right? An actor speaking against an argument no one's serious is making, that black men who don't vote for Kamala have intentional misogyny that they need to deal with. That right there is something that I don't like either. It's like, how are you sitting there trying to tell me that I don't like women because I don't agree with what's going on with the Democratic Party? Like, that right there is just super ignorant in itself. And honestly, it just continues to show you the divisiveness, because that's what he wants to promote. He wants to promote that right there. Like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Evil on the other side. They are currently unalive future black presidents. Somebody said Bunk. Okay. Somebody said I always love Wendell. Somebody said give him an Oscar. They say he's acting. So disappointed in this. Oh man, anyhow. A black man was asked what makes Kamala Harris qualified to become the next president of the United States. Let's hear what he has to say.
What makes Kamala qualified to become the next president of the United States?
She's not. She didn't go through the voting process. They scared of the system, but I was all by design.
So how do you think it's even possible that she is now running for president when she wasn't even voted in to be the electoral?
Good question. Because
to be the person.
Because it's part of prophecy. If you look at like Egyptian, Kamala means lotus flower. Out of the lotus flower comes the sun god Ra. So what she's going to bring what he wanted. Back in the day, the sun god, along with Akhenaten, they were the rulers of the dynasty back in the day. They're going to bring economic doom, because what you have to do, you have to destroy it before you rebuild it. They're gradually doing it now. That's why they got to have these conventions, because they need you to make a covenant with them and be in agreement with them to move forward. That's all this is. It's an exercise to participate in your own doom.
Okay.
This whole system was not built for American citizens. It was built for secret groups to run it. And they're running it. And allegedly Kamala and all them, they're part of it.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I get sick at the thought of just knowing the evils that run this world, and to know that there's a chance that she will actually win. And that can be a great demise to this country, y'all. Man, I think he's right, yo. I'm not so much a conspiracy theorist, so to speak, but I've read about secret societies here and there with a lot of money and yada yada. So I would just say I can't say that he's not wrong. That's all I can say. He's not wrong. They know exactly what they're doing. It's all by design, and too many people are falling for it.
Michelle and Barack Obama made me sick last night. They sat there and race baited and made it a racial thing. I'm sick of identity politics and the DNC and the Democratic Party trying to keep blacks on the Democratic plantation using these black pawns, Barack and Michelle, who are millionaires, while illegals destroy our communities. Venezuelan gangs take over Chicago, where they're from. How dare you, Barack Obama and Michelle, sit there and play the race game while Venezuelan gangs are taking over the city that made you president and made you first lady. How dare you, Barack Obama, sit there and lecture us about the rich when you live in Martha's Vineyard now and you don't have to deal with illegals in your children.
Yeah. We brought it to Obama. That's what this has brought us to, man. I think that they just really think that we stupid. Honestly, I can't sugarcoat it. The last few weeks I've seen so many black men and women leave the Democratic Party, wake up. I mean, in fact, my little sister is low-key on the verge. She's starting to see what's going on with the differences between Kamala. Actually, one of the things that she pointed out specifically was Obama. She was like, I don't know, it was something about his speech. It just felt like, what are we talking about? Is this a Trump like hate rally? Like, what is this? We supposed to be talking about the future of America. Like, what's going on? Anyhow, we have this woman right here who nails it. I mean, it says, did Barack Obama really think he could gaslight the American people? So many are watching the DNC to see if the Democrats would be truthful as usual. It's a hateful Trump bash.
Obama, what we not gonna do? Obama, what we not gonna do is lie on the Trumpster, is lie on Trump. Obama got on that stage and said, and I quote, "We do not need 4 more years of bubbling, blustering chaos." He says that we have seen the movie before and we all know the sequel is usually worse. And this was in reference to Trump's time in office. I think you got it twisted. You must be talking about the last 4 years under the Biden-Harris administration. Because everything that y'all claimed was going to happen while Trump was in office is happening right now. And the fact that they would get up there and act like the economy is doing great, act like it ain't a war going on, matter of fact, a couple of them, act like inflation is down, act like everybody got jobs, act like immigration ain't no fucking issue, and act like we were under the worst administration under Trump. It's crazy to me. Do they think we stupid?
Typical Obama speech, right? Yeah, just being divisive and dividing America. I mean, I've been down this road before. That pretty much sums up his entire presidency. And unfortunately, yes, they think we are stupid. Everyone except them.